Okay, this week's chapter gave me the shakes.
Con los terroristas.
And do the Harlem Shake.
What's going on, people? Mr. Anti-Lock here, back with this week's chapter review of Bleach 567. The chapter begins with Äs Nödtsicle standing there in disbelief as his fear ability does not work on Rukia whatsoever. She grabs her Shonen Tsurugi and almost practically dares him to try hit me with one of those darts again, because that fear that you're admitting is not real. But this sword here is gangster shit. Full cover page, title page with Rukia bathed in snowflakes. Bleach 567, The Dance with Snow White. Äs Nödtsicle launches more of his fear darts and begins to boast that up until just a minute ago, you Rukia Kuchiki was running for your life to protect yourself from these fear darts. It seemed like with a wave of a hand, Rukia blocks his oncoming darts with a sheet of ice by a wave of the hand. No, Äs Nödtsicle, that shit don't work. Stop it. As the dark splashes, Äs Nödtsicle goes on to continue to explain that fear lives in all beings, and he just cannot believe that Rukia is not scared. All things that dare to survive, that fear for their life, are affected by fear. It's an instinct. It's not like something that you can turn on and off. All living creatures. And Äs Nödtsicle's looking at her like,
what the fuck does that mean?
Rukia then explains the actual ability of Sodino Shirayuki, which is that her Zanpakuto brings the owner's body temperature to temperatures below freezing, and that anything she touches practically freezes to death. Rukia is hit by those fear darts. The nerves in her body do not react to Äs Nödtsice's fear toxin because the surface of her body is practically frozen to death. Rukia then flash steps past Äs Nödtsicle and hits him with what I like to call the 18-degree slash, leaving a small cut past his shoulder. And she then states that at this temperature, your blood freezes and doesn't even spurt out of the wound. Let me correct myself. The below 18-degree slash, negative 18 degrees. Negative 50 degrees. Where she stands freezes the water inside of the ground, causing ice quakes. Negative 273.17 degrees. Absolute freezing or absolute zero. Her body at this temperature only allows her to move for 4 seconds, so she has to make this next attack a fast one. And again slashes Äs Nödtsicle, and his body begins to freeze. Not just his jacket, his body, his face, his hair, his eyes, all frozen. This week's chapter ends with Äs not thinking to himself, holy shit, I think I fucking just shat myself, but it's frozen to my leg. Epic panel of the week. My thoughts on this amazing Rukia chapter. Well, I'm starting to think that Toshiro no longer has the strongest ice Zanpakuto in the entire Soul Society. I think Rukia is like, at this point, Rukia's ability is like the polar opposite of Yamamoto, where Yamamoto was able to control flames at almost the highest temperature, and Rukia is like the opposite, being able to control ice to almost, not even almost, freezing below zero temperatures. I think at that temperature you could fucking freeze gasoline. But I don't want to count Äs not out yet, because he still hasn't gone volt standing, and I don't think a force/attack is all that we're gonna get from this fight from Rukia, unless she's just that badass and actually put him down this week. Come on, this is the guy who practically put Baauer out of business. I really think to myself, will Kubo continue this fight as he did with Rinji's, allowing us to see her full ability? That would be awesome. There are possibilities that Rukia have Bankai. Maybe she might not show it in this fight, but she's able now. She's mastered her ability to a point where just a wave of a hand. I like to thank the viewers of this video. I like to thank the people who actually took the time to watch this video. I would like to hear your thoughts, comments on the chapter. Do you think Rukia is the Ice Yamamoto? Do you think that Äs not is actually down for the count? Will we see his volt standing? Will we see Rukia's Bankai? Who knows? Like, subscribe, comment. Peace.